let's do the first one. So, case studies. First of all, we want to define the first one, and there's 5. So I will define what it is and give a high-level example and just discuss this use case. And then I'll have Andrew give a real-world case study of how brands are actually approaching this, including numbers that show the business results when provided. And I'd like to thank all the vendors who submitted these case studies during the research process. So this first one is called intense response, or sometimes intense customer response. And typically this is a marketing team or a sales team, or more commonly a customer service or customer support team. There may be 5 to 20 people using one social media account, and they're responding to dozens of tweets and mentions in an hour to their customers. Think about @ComcastCares on Twitter, or a support forum using Lithium software, or maybe even Ask Wells Fargo. There's a lot of discussion happening, and the brand is trying to respond to customers as fast as they can. Now, when we segmented the vendors, and we'll talk about that later, we looked for features that include monitoring and alerting tools, the ability to weed out what's important by sentiment analysis, able to identify who's an influencer so you can triage, workflow routing because you have a team on one account, and tiered governance. So different teams can actually respond to different things, and you have some control and sanctity around who's doing what, and making sure that the tool set works for support teams. So that's the criteria in which we segment the vendors, and I'll show you the graph, so you can choose the right vendor for you in the intense response space. So I'm going to pass it